Look at you now. You ever glance in the mirror and realize, who even are you anymore? You've unlocked something wild, something untouchable, something the world can't even begin to process. This isn't just change. This is chaos refined into focus, pain melted into power. You've stepped into a mental zone where silence screams louder than crowds, where your stare cuts through every fake smile and plastic soul. This is evolution, baby. And the craziest part? You're just getting started. You walk in the room, same face, same eyes, but there's something different, something dangerous, something they can't process. And they whisper behind your back, "You've changed." Wow, that's rich. No, my friend. You didn't change. You just woke up. And that's what terrifies them. You tore through the lies like a blade through a cheap mask. You ripped the illusion apart with your bare hands and screamed into the system, "I see you now." They dressed you up in labels, told you how to act, how to smile, how to stay in line, and you followed like a good little puppet until one day, snap! Something inside you broke. Or should I say, something woke. You burned the script they gave you. Haha. You shattered the mirror that told you who you're supposed to be, and spit on the rules that kept your fire locked in a cage. You weren't made to tiptoe. You were made to march with thunder in your chest and lightning in your eyes. And once your eyes opened, ooh, it was over. The fake compliments, the empty validation, the plastic smiles, it all became noise. And you became still, silent, focused, dead, not heartless, just you realized the love you chased was built on conditions. The approval you begged for, just another leash around your soul. You were watering gardens that never bloomed for you. You were starving while feeding people who'd never lift a finger for you. That ends now. When you wake up, truly wake up, the world doesn't clap for you. Oh no. It gets uncomfortable. People squirm. Their smiles drop. Their energy shifts. Because you start asking questions like, why am I tolerating this? Why am I hiding? Why am I playing small for people who would never bleed for me? And those questions, they burn. They ignite a wildfire in your chest and boom! The illusion collapses. Waking up isn't gentle. It's violent. Not with fists, but with realization. You start seeing through everything. Friends turn to shadows. Noise turns into silence, and laughter, it becomes the sound of betrayal echoing in your memory. But in that silence, in that wild loneliness, you meet someone new. You meet the real you, untamed, unapologetic, unbreakable. You didn't get lost, you escaped. You didn't get cold, you got focused. You stopped asking for directions from people who've never walked through fire. You stopped apologizing for the space you take up. You stopped softening your power just to fit into their fragile world. Now, you move different. You don't flinch. You don't chase. You don't ask. Because the moment you woke up, you became a problem they couldn't control. They'll keep whispering. Let them. Let them call you names while they sleepwalk through life. Because you're wide awake. And while they're dreaming about success, you're out here building empires in the dark. No cheers, no company, no footsteps behind you, just you and the sound of your own soul humming like a time bomb. Tick, tick, boom! You're walking alone, and not because you're lost. Oh, no, no, no. No! You walk alone because no one is built to follow where you're going. And that's the most dangerous part. Let them talk, let them laugh, let them call you cold, arrogant, distant. Ha! They don't see the fire inside your chest, threatening to burn the whole world down. They don't know what it took to get here. Those nights you laid in bed, staring at the ceiling, whispering to yourself, keep going. Don't break. Don't fold. They don't know you had to bury the old you just to stand here today. You don't walk alone because you want to. You walk alone because your vision is wild, raw, terrifying. Because the truth you carry, it's too heavy for most. Because your dreams, they don't come with maps. And definitely not with a fan club. People only stay by your side when the road is smooth, when the applause is loud, when the sun is shining. But when the storm hits, when the lights flicker and the room goes silent, they're gone. Poof. They vanish like smoke in the wind. And you learn. You learn that solitude is not a prison. It's a forge. It's where real warriors are made. You start to hear a new voice, not theirs, not the world's, your. And it's sharp. It's cold. It says, we don't need permission anymore. We don't ask for understanding. We build. Every unanswered call, every ignored message, every empty room you sit in, that's the training ground. That's where the monster wakes up. You've outgrown their games, their gossip, their shallow love and half-truths. Your silence, it's not weakness. It's a statement. It screams, I'm focused now. I'm chosen. I'm not for everyone. I'm not for anyone. I'm for me. Yes, the nights are long, the silence loud. But inside that noise, you find your rhythm, your strength. And once you taste that kind of clarity, wow, there's no turning back. Let them stay behind. Let them wonder why you ghosted, why you don't show up. Let them question your silence while you turn your solitude into an empire. Because while they beg for attention, you walk in the dark like it's home. And guess what? The ones meant for your journey, they'll never ask you to shrink. They'll never beg you to slow down. They'll meet you at the summit, or they'll vanish like dust in your rearview mirror. So keep walking, head high, eyes cold, smile like you know something they don't, because you do. You know the path, and only monsters walk it alone. There was a time your mind used to torture you. Remember that? Tick, 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 like a bomb of doubt in your head, ready to go off every time you dared to dream. Made you second guess yourself, paralyze your potential. You were a prisoner in your own skull, scared, silent, small. But now, oh wow, that cage, you melted it. That fear, you fed on it. That overthinking, that noise, that chaos, you turned it into a weapon. You didn't just crawl out of the darkness, you dissected it. You took notes while it tried to break you. You studied pain like a mad scientist, laughing while everyone else ran from it. You trained your mind to stop obeying fear and start commanding focus. You didn't run from the fire, you built your headquarters inside it. You forged a brain that doesn't beg for peace. It doesn't think. It executes war. There's no hesitation now, only precision. Your thoughts, razor sharp. No spiraling, no more daydreams of defeat. That part of you died quietly. You don't imagine disaster anymore. You design domination. Your imagination doesn't wander, it calculates. It sketches blueprints with brutal clarity. Your mind doesn't whisper, "What if I fail?" It growls. How do I dominate? Because when you walk into a room now, you've already won. Not because you're arrogant, but because you've rehearsed every angle, replayed every threat, outplayed every opponent before they even knew the game had begun. And they wonder how you're 5 steps ahead. It's not luck, not talent. It's the quiet discipline of mental warfare. You become a cold-blooded general in a world full of distracted pawns. While they scroll, you build. While they doubt, you strike. While they're lost in gossip and drama, you're in the silence, engineering empires. This isn't ego, it's awareness. The lethal realization that if you own your mind, nothing and no one can ever own you. That's your weapon. That's your edge. That's why you move like a ghost with a mission. You're not flexing muscles. You're flexing control. Let them try to break you. Let them swing with their insecurities, their gossip, their envy. They'll shatter like glass against the fortress inside your skull. Your focus is a sniper's aim. Zeroed in, unshaken. When fear tries to slither in, you don't tremble. You fire back with truth. When distractions knock, you don't flinch. You delete. Gone. They don't understand that strength doesn't always scream, but it sometimes sits still, like a blade in a sheath, deadly, contained, patient. You don't act powerful, you think powerfully. You don't perform dominance, you embody it. Because when your mind becomes a weapon, the world becomes a battlefield you own. Calmly, silently, efficiently. Let them call you cold. Let them say you're too intense. Let them be confused by your silence. While they chase likes and followers, you're calculating kingdoms. Because you've learned your body may weaken, your voice may crack, your friends may vanish, but your mind Oh, your mind, when sharpened, becomes the most lethal ally you could ever ask for. They're screaming, spinning, trying to find air in a world on fire, and you're calm, still, dangerous. You don't flinch anymore, not because the world got softer, no, because you danced with disaster and asked for another round. Because you've already fought the war inside your mind and won, and everything after that? Noise. Once upon a time, yes, you panicked. A harsh word broke you, a dirty look sent you spiraling, but that version of you, buried under the rubble of your own awakening. You stood in flames, smiled at the chaos, and whispered, "I've been through worse." You're not emotionless, you're refined. Not distant, you're focused. You didn't go numb, you just stopped bleeding for those who never cared if you healed. Now you walk through storms like they're gentle breezes, hands in pockets, heart steady, because the storm isn't outside you anymore, it's behind you. You swallowed it, you absorbed it, you became it. Let them yell, let the chaos spin. You're not chasing peace anymore, you are the peace. That quiet inside your mind, that stillness, that's the sound of power. The sound of someone who has nothing left to prove. Because the truth is, you're not heartless. You've just learned that not every fire deserves your flame. You've mastered the art of walking away without a scene. Of smiling while your eyes scream, try me. You built this silence from sleepless nights and quiet breakdowns. You forged it from heartbreaks and goodbyes you never got closure from. You stared into mirrors with nothing left and still whispered, "Get up." So now, your calm isn't soft, it's forged. It's velvet wrapped around a blade, the kind of calm that makes loud men tremble. They think your silence is weakness. They think your calm means surrender. But when chaos shows up screaming, you don't raise your voice. You raise your energy, and the silence becomes deafening. You are the stillness before the eruption, the moment before everything breaks, the breath before the kill. Let them throw their insults. Let the world fall apart. You already survived the thing that should have broken you, your own thoughts, your own mind. And now, nothing shakes you, nothing breaks you, because now you're dangerous. That look they gave you back then, the mocking tone, the fake laughs, the eye rolls, they treated you like a glitch in the system, like your silence made you less, like your kindness made you soft. They couldn't see the fire burning underneath. They couldn't hear the blueprints being drawn behind that quiet stare. But now they do. Now they see you. The same people who overlooked you are now watching you like a show they never expected to air. Back then you were background noise, but while they were performing, you were preparing. While they posted, you practiced. While they laughed, you locked in, because you didn't need applause, you needed space. And when you emerged, boom, they choked on their own doubts. You didn't announce your rise, you became the rise. You didn't warn them, you just walked in and the air shifted. The room went silent. Not because you asked for respect, but because your presence demanded it. No need for comebacks, no need for shade. You are the shade now. Your glow blinds them. Your silence mocks them. Your presence whispers, "I told you so." louder than any scream could. Let them sit and wonder how the one they laughed at became the one they now study. Let them sit in front row seats to the show they swore would never happen. Because now you're the plot twist. You're the legend. You're the walking contradiction they can't understand. And that beautiful. And this isn't about revenge. This is about growth. You didn't rise to spite them. You rose because you finally understood you were never meant to stay small. You stopped asking for a seat at their table. You built your own. And now they want in. Now they want to sit beside you, dine with you, share what they once mocked. Ha ha, wow. Let them stew in silence. Let them drown in the echoes of their doubt. Because you're done proving, you're building. And while they mocked, you evolved. While they doubted, you designed. So now, when you smile, it's not with hatred, it's with power. Because the greatest revenge isn't anger. It's becoming so elevated, so out of reach, that they can't touch you, but they can't stop looking either.